There are 4 ways getting jacked has changed my life. The first way brings so much benefit that you'll wonder how you ever survived without being jacked. So the first thing I always look for when I meet someone is their physicality. I want to see how well do they take care of themselves. This is always on display. You have no idea how hard someone works, how much money's in their account, what their disciplines are, what their habits are, how they eat. What do they do in their free time? This is never gonna be something that you can pick up, but just at first glance. But someone's physique speaks volume to their character because they won't be able to have that good physique without good habits, without discipline, without, just putting in the work for it. It's not something you can be gifted. It's not something you can inherit. It's not something you can just surround yourself with and now all of a sudden kind of have through mutual friends or whatever. It's something that you yourself have to go out and earn. And this is why it's one of the greatest status symbols for a man that's even more important than luxury items. And I would know this because since 17, 18, I built myself a pretty good physique that's only gotten better over the years. But around 20, I bought myself a Rolex, and I thought this was the coolest thing ever. I thought I was like a celebrity now. I was walking around with this, and it made me feel so great about myself. And I thought that this was gonna get me all the girls in the world, that everyone I met was gonna think I was the biggest baller. But surprise, surprise, no one gave a fuck. No one even knew. And when I went to Sweden the following year, no one even knew what a Rolex was, let alone how expensive it was or how hard I worked for it. But one thing people still always liked was my physique. The girls loved it. They're always touching my chest and shoulders. They always love feeling the abs. I always got girls because I'm in good shape. And the Rolex, it didn't do anything for me. One time even, I was with a girl I just slept with, and she was looking at my wrist and she's like, "Oh, that's a pretty nice watch. What is it?" I was like, "It's a Rolex." And she was like, "Oh, well, that's cool." She had no idea what a Rolex was. I was like, why did I buy this shit? I should have just worked out more, god damn it. It didn't do anything to elevate my status in the end of the day. Of course, in America, people probably can pick up on a Rolex, but the point is, there's nothing gonna be as influential as your physique. It's the strongest status symbol that you're always walking around with, that's always on display, and it speaks tons of volume to your character that is like a luxury item alone won't be able to do. So the most important thing that you need to develop in this life is your physique, and getting jacked is gonna do exactly that for you. So not only does getting jacked change how other people see you, it changes how you see yourself. In my freshman year of high school, I was short and super skinny. And for my entire life, I was always getting made fun of for those two things. I got called every name in the book. We can go through a list of all of them, but that's not the important part. The important part is what I thought of myself at that time in my life. I didn't have high self-esteem. I didn't have high confidence. I didn't think I was worthy of getting girls. I didn't even have a easy time making friends because it was just an overall combination of low self-esteem and low confidence, and that will do detriments to your life. It will be one of the biggest things holding you back from achieving everything you want. And then fast forward to around 17 years old in high school, or about 18 actually, when I built the physique that I have now, and it pretty much looks pretty much the same. I've just added more muscle over the years, but I made like a significant transformation. And I remember this was during quarantine. So I had a friend group at that time. Everyone was pretty much in the gym working out. And when we all hung out once again after quarantine, I had made this sick transformation in just 2 months. And every single one of my friends was looking up to me, even though we were all working out. Now they were asking me for advice. They were kind of like, I was the self-appointed leader of the group, trying to help everyone out. I brought people under my wing. I would bring them into my gym. They would train with me. I would give them advice. And I felt so good about myself. And this did wonders for my confidence, and not even just when I was hanging around my boys. So fast forward to even another few years, when I'm hanging out in Sweden, I a lot of the time wear a blazer. With a blazer, you can't even see the muscle. You really wouldn't know. And to prove this point, one of the girls I got with, when I took off my clothes, she was like, "Oh shit, you actually are really ripped. I didn't even know this." And the point here is that being jacked is gonna make you so proud of yourself and all that you've accomplished. It's that like I know who I am deep down feeling that's the most important part. So the lesson here is that it is going to allow you to build unshakable self-confidence, which is the most valuable thing beyond what people see you as. And those aren't the only benefits to getting jacked though. This past summer in Sweden, I was under a lot of stress. I was making about 10K a month running a successful sales business, and I would work sometimes 12, 14 hours a day between the personal development I do and taking sales calls, managing my team and my business. It was a lot of work that went into it. And at one point it started to get a lot and I was getting really stressed out. And one of the things I knew that I could always revert back to was the gym. So I like to train full body twice a week. I train every 4th day. But at this point in my life, I knew that going to the gym would be massively beneficial. So I started going in even just to train cardio and abs and do some stretching. And this did wonders for me, just pushing myself on the Stairmaster, trying to level up, going for 9 minutes one day, 10 minutes the next, 11 at level 15, like cranking it out, absolutely being gassed, and then doing some abs and stretching. It got the endorphins going, it got me feeling good. I was doing something difficult early on in the day, and it made every single task following it so much easier. So one of the things that's going to be massively helpful for you in your life getting jacked and with getting jacked is that if you do something difficult, it's going to make everything else in your life so much easier. So you having this one thing where you're lifting heavy weights or you're pushing yourself with cardio, it makes all the other tasks like getting rejected on a sales call, getting rejected with a girl, or anything else in life that's just a hard, mundane task, or sitting in traffic, so much easier and simpler when you've done this one really difficult thing, when you pushed yourself physically. You just know that you can handle everything else. It's just this one thing that will really, really set you apart from everyone else on top of all the other benefits we've discussed. It's just gonna allow you in your own mind to have such an easier time going through life by doing difficult things on purpose. And the final benefit to getting jacked is how girls react to it. So this past summer, I just got out into Sweden. It was June, and I went to this new city and I was at the bars and clubs. And this one girl I was chatting with, she really quickly liked me. I could see it in her eyes. She was smiling. She was like getting all giddy. And one of the things she did was she was like feeling my chest and shoulder. She even lifted up my shirt and looked at my abs. And then I saw it in her eyes. She was like drooling at that point. Her eyes lit up. She was like smiling, laughing. She touched my abs. And girls love jack, guys. It's so simple. This is like being a girl with an amazing ass, tits, and a pretty face. It does so much. Like, yeah, you'll be fine if you're a girl and you're pretty and you don't have an ass or tits or anything like that. But think about how much it adds to the overall presence of a girl if she's got an amazing body and a beautiful face. It does so much. And that's what being jacked will do for you as a guy. If you got big shoulders, a big chest, a big back, shredded abs, you are gonna attract girls so much easier. It's gonna be an instant boost to your dating life. So this is one of the things that's gonna really help you out and make dating so much easier is being jacked. Like I was saying earlier with the status, it's one of the things that will be universally recognized and seen. So, I mean, girls love it. There's not much else I can say. It's just it's like the cherry on top. You're doing all this, it's helping with your discipline, building yourself up. It's gonna help the way that you see yourself, the way that other people see and treat you. And at the end of the day, it's gonna help you get girls. So that's the last point here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, on this channel, I'll be teaching you how to become attractive to girls. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if that's of interest to you. And if you want my help to help you become the best version of yourself and attract the girls of your dreams, then go ahead and book a coaching call with me down below.